Guys, so I'm just going to do a quick video on the whole tuning process. I've gotten a couple questions on it, and I wanted to go through and make it as easy as possible. So obviously the first thing that you guys are going to need is an access port. um, you can get it through cobb, you can get it through a million different sites. I don't care how you get it, but that's what you need. Get it for your car, obviously. Be specific with it. So once you get that, then you're going to go to Cobb's website, and you are going to download the Access Port Manager. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Download that, obviously for your operating system. And it's going to look like this. And we'll get to this a little bit later. So once you have that downloaded, then you're going to go to whoever you're going to get your tune from. So you can go JST tuned is a really good one, or JS tuned. Edge Autosport, that's who I use. Sorry about that. That's who I use. And there's a handful of other ones, but for this example, we're going to use Edge Autosport just because that's who I'm going through. So just going to type in Edge Autosport at the top, and we're going to get here. So when you type in at the top, you type in your car. I have a 2017 Ford Focus ST. So just go to the search bar, press tune. So you have, you're going to look and you're going to have all these crazy options. The only thing that you guys need to look at is this one right here, Edge Auto Sport etune Ford Focus ST 2013 to 2018. You're going to click that. And it's going to look like this. You're going to select your fuel option, whatever you're going to do, ethanol, whatever. You're going to choose port injection, yada, 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 all this. If you have upgraded turbo, and then you are going to go ahead and add it to cart, pay for it. Cool. Now, once you go ahead and pay for it, you're going to get an email from Edge Autosport. So once you get the email, this is kind of what the email is going to look like. Alright, so you're going to get here, and it's going to look like this. It's going to have an e-tuning guide. There's a million different guides. I'm going to try and make this one short and sweet, pretty easy. So you're going to get this. Normally, once you get this and you send your first log, you want to get it done within like 30 days. So make sure your car is good to go. So you're going to get this. You're going to have some information. This is what you're going to need to provide. So year, make, and model of the car, mileage, access port info from Access Port Manager. So you're going to have to provide that, and then the type of fuel being used. Next, you're going to go with the mod list. Pretty much everything that's been done to your car, that's what you're going to use. So everything from an intercooler, catch can, exhaust, the type of exhaust, the brand, all that, add it all in. And then pretty much what you're going to use your car for. Track purposes, daily driver, weekend fun, whatever it is, and kind of like what your goals are power-wise, 350, 380, all that type of stuff. All right, so that's what you're going to add. So, and then you're going to send that back to them. Just for an example, this is what it looks like. And this is an old tune. This is old from like when I first started getting tuned by Alan. As you see, there's 81 messages. I've gone through a ton of variations. So, yep, that's kind of like a basic look of like my first tune and what you're going to be looking like. So that's what you're going to send. Cool. Pretty easy. Put this mic down. Okay, so once you have all of that, let me just see if I can split. Okay, cool. So once you have all that information sent, cool. Now he's going to send you what you're going to need to put on your access port, right? So this is everything that he's going to be kind of looking for and checking for. These are extremely important. I made the mistake of doing my first 2 pulls and not having the right setup. So I had to redo those pulls. So extremely important. Take your time. Go through all these. Make sure you have them all. Very important. And he kind of goes through all these. Right, all this information is super, super, super important. So make sure you read it and you go through it. So, I mean, one of the big things is I do want to touch on is the actual AFR, because I know leaning out, running too rich, or running too lean, extremely important. 14.7 at idle with no throttle operation. And then at wide open throttle, you're actually going to dip down to the 11s, so that is okay. I know someone commented on my post and was like, oh my God, you're at 11 point something, it's weight. No, these cars run, it's fine. So just be prepared for that. Don't freak out. And just some other good information. And then he's going to attach a file for your access port manager. Okay? So this is extremely important too. So what you're going to do is you're just going to download this file. So we're just going to download it. It's going to be up here. It's over on my other screen. But now what you're going to do is you're going to open access port manager. Okay? So once you have access port manager opened, you're going to plug your access port in. All right, and then it'll take a minute to connect, but it's going to start up. And it should take a second or two. There it goes. Cool. So basically, you're going to go here. You're going to go to maps. These are the stock maps that come with the car. You can use these. And in the next clip, after I'm done explaining this part, in the next clip, I'll show you how to flash the map on. It's super easy. So you could use these if you want to hold off on the etune, but I highly recommend to get and just jump straight into the etune, because these maps are just generic, and I do not suggest using these long term. Okay, so cool. You have this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come to the side. You're going to go ahead and import files. And this is the file that we just downloaded. You're just going to open it. Make sure you want to copy these files onto the access port. Yes. And boom. There it is. Cool. So that's your file right here. Now, once that's on there, it's good to go. So the next thing that you're going to go ahead and do is every time you disconnect this access port, you're going to eject access port. So hold on, let me just delete that tune off because I don't need it. This is the tune that I'm going to be uploading. Every single time you want to eject the access port, just to ensure that you're not going to break anything, lose any files, all that. So once it's good and you see this, you'll be good to unplug it, close access port manager, and you're good. Now, in the next clip, we're going to be in the car, and we are going to upload the tune or flash the tune onto the ECU, and then we are going to do a wide open throttle pull. Normally, what's going to be asked is a couple third gear wide open pulls. So it's going to be from 3,000 RPMs to 6,000 RPMs is normally the ask. And then you're going to do a couple of those pulls. Once he gets that dialed in, he's probably going to send it back. And you're going to go ahead and do a 4,000 to 6,000 RPM pull. So a little bit different. Just pay attention to what he's emailing you and what he's asking. It is pretty important just to keep that in mind, or in the back of your mind, of what RPM ranges he's asking for. You know, you don't want to do a 4 to 6, and he's asking from 3 to 6, because that's a big difference. So pay attention to what he's asking, pay attention to your car, and you should be good. So we're going to go ahead and jump to flashing the ECU on the car, or flashing the tune onto the car, and then doing our pull. And then I'm going to show you how to take the file off the access port and then send file via email. Cool. Alrighty, so we're jumping into the car. So with your access port, you're gonna have your cable, which is gonna look like this, and you're gonna plug it into your OBD port in there. And then you're gonna throw your access port on there. So let me do that real quick. So connect it, then you're gonna go into accessories. Once you get in accessories, it's gonna look, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's gonna be kind of loading there. Now, dude, this Ford noise is beautiful. It's beautiful. I guess I'm gonna have to do this. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna click this side button here, the small one. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go down to tune. And then you're gonna go to change ECU map. You're gonna click that. And turn that down. You're gonna go to your tune. And you're gonna click it. Click. And you are going to flash the ECU. So don't touch anything, don't do anything. And yeah, you just kind of wait here until it's done. One of the big things with this is that, you know, your gauge cluster is going to freak out just a little bit. Your car's going to turn off. It's going to do a whole bunch of weird stuff. Just let it happen. Let it figure itself out. And it will do its thing. So, it's going 30%. I'm just going to stay on because fuck it, dude, I'm sweating in here. Holy shit. It is hot. 50%. It goes pretty quick. So, you're not going to get trapped in here and die. I just can't listen to that fucking Ford jingle. All right. 80%. 90. And we're about done. Cool. Once it's at 100, again, your car is going to do its thing. It's going to freak out a little bit. Please wait. And you should get a successful screen. Beautiful. Cool. And you are all set. Perfect. Holy, I gotta get some air. Holy shit. Fucking dying in there. Alright. So now you have just successfully flashed your car with your new map. Now I'm gonna put an example of a 3,000 RPM pull to a 6,000 RPM pull, full throttle, 100%. So you're basically gonna go to the 3,000 RPMs, and then you're going to click the middle button on your access port. From the middle button, you're gonna wait till it's finished logging, and then you are gonna put your foot to the floor and go all the way to 6,000 RPMs, and then let off, and then click the middle button again. So that's gonna be a tune, and I'm gonna put an example clip in after this, so it'll make sense to you guys, can visually see it. It's super easy. And then after the example clip, we'll be back on my computer, and I'll show you how to pull that file off your access port and send it to your tuner. So we'll see you in the next clip. All right, so we're back at the computer. Pretty much what we're gonna go ahead and do is you just took your data log. So you're now back at your house. What you're gonna do is open Access Port Manager, connect your access port, and you should be at a screen like this. So what you're gonna do is go into data logs. And I don't have any files right now. I forgot to take a practice log, but the example still works. So you're gonna have your log right here. You're just gonna click your log, just like you would any file. So click it, and then you're going to click Save Selected Files to My Computer. And it's gonna ask you to you can put it on your desktop, you can put it in a folder. Me personally, I just would prefer it in a folder. That's me. And I just make a folder here, and it has all of the data logs on it. So it's just easier to organize for just tuning purposes. You could even label them if you want, just to make it a little bit easier on yourself when you backtrack. If you need to go back and look at logs. So that's just my personal preference. I just have a folder and it's labeled. All right. So once you have that file, you're just going to go over, done with this, you're just going to go over to your email. You're just going to find the email that he sent you, and you are going to reply to this email. So just reply like you normally would and attach the file from whatever log, and should be here, and just say that you're in data log 1, and then go ahead and click send, and that's pretty much it. I am not, because this is an old data log, but pretty simple, pretty easy to do. And like I said in the video before, make sure you follow all of the directions, whether he wants 3,000 RPM to 6,000 RPM full throttle, he wants 4 to 6, 4 to, pay attention to everything that he's asking and everything that he's emailing you back. Like I said, questions, concerns, you can email him or your tuner, whoever you're with, and they normally do a pretty good job of helping you out and getting the car up. And just one additional information before I dip is that if you are confused about where to find your access port number, you use this right here. But you could click info, access port info, and you could just copy it, and you'll just paste this into your email. I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but I felt like it was kind of self-explanatory. Access port info, click, boom, copy, paste. And it shows what your current tune is. So my current flash tune is the one that we uploaded. So just copy and paste pretty much all of this and send it to them. Pretty easy, but that's pretty much it. Appreciate all the love and support. Hopefully this is pretty simple and easy to follow. I think it's pretty easy. So catch you guys in the next one. Peace.